Hey guys, welcome back to Striking Studies. So today we're going to be doing Force and Laws of Motion, Part 1. So the first thing is, what is force? So a force can be a push or pull exerted on an object that causes the object to speed up, slow down, or change direction as it moves, or it can change its shape and size. So there are basically two types of forces which you would have learned previously, contact and non-contact forces. And as the name suggests, contact forces are those forces which require contact and they come because of the physical contact between the two objects. Whereas non-contact forces come when there is no physical contact. So contact forces examples can be kicking a football, pulling a string, anything. Non-contact forces examples are gravitational force, electromagnetic force, and stuff. So now what are exactly the effects of force? So a force can distort an object, that is, it can change the shape of an object, it can start an object at rest. So it can move a stationary object, it can cause a moving object to come to rest, and it can change the speed or magnitude of an object, that is, it can increase or decrease the speed of an object. And force can also change the direction of a moving object. So now there are two types of forces again, but balanced and unbalanced. So balanced forces is the resultant force acting on a body, and it if the acceleration of the object is zero and its velocity remains constant, then it's said to be balanced. For example, when you first look at the box, you will assume that it's not moving. So if we have three people this side on the left side pushing with 2 Newton force each and one person on the right side pushing with 6 Newton force, then since both the forces will balance, the box won't move. So that's a balanced force. Unbalanced force. So if the resultant of all forces acting on the body is not zero, the forces are called unbalanced forces. Also, the net force is exerted on the object and it's not zero, and the forces acting on it are said to be unbalanced. So if we take the same example as before and we have one more person on the right side applying a force of 2 Newton, then the box would move to the left side because the right side has 2 Newtons more force than the right side is applying 2 Newton more force than the left side. So the box would move to the left side, and that's unbalanced. Now we're going to learn about Galileo's inclined plane. So the first picture we see, which is over here, this picture is retardation. So what Galileo did was he put up a slope and made a ball roll up it, and he observed that it lost its speed as it rolled up. And in this picture, he let the ball roll down from the top of the slope, and he observed that it got acceleration, that is, it increased its speed. So he concluded that when there was less friction, motion of objects persisted for a long time. So the smaller the friction, the more the motion approached constant velocity. And his conclusion was that if there was a frictionless surface like the one in the bottom, then the ball would keep on moving and it would never stop unless it was stopped by an external force. And then we have double inclined plane. So in the top picture right here, you can see that the ball is moving from a little more slope but small block of whatever to a longer but same height block. So according to Galileo, this ball is going to roll up all the way to the top until it reaches the same height, and his basic conclusion was a ball rolled down the first inclined plane on the left tends to roll up to its initial height on the second inclined plane on the right. Over here the picture is a bit reversed, but you can get it. So the ball must roll a greater distance as the angle of the second inclined plane is reduced. And in the bottom picture over here, you can see that the ball, the both things are the same set, so it's gonna go the same height. And next here, the theory on motion. And for that, we have this picture down there. And he argued that once the slope of the second plane is made zero, it becomes a horizontal plane, and the ball must travel an infinite distance since it can never reach its initial height on the first plane. In other words, motion never creases. So basically, since he said that the ball must reach its initial height, it should roll and roll and roll until it reaches. But if the second plane is horizontal, then it never really reaches its initial height. So it keeps rolling according to him. And that's only in a frictionless thing because we have friction now and that stops the ball immediately. So that was all we're going to be doing in this video. The fact of this video was Galileo was put under house arrest for his last few years of life because the Roman institution did not like his ideas on how the earth rotates around everything and around the sun, and everything doesn't rotate around the earth. So yeah. That's the end of part 1. If you like this video, don't forget to smash that like button and also subscribe to my channel for more content like this. Comment down below how this video was and what you want to see next. Bye guys!